not so great. But today I want to talk to you about 5 random places that we have stayed for free. If you don't know me and you're new to my channel, my name is Pam and I travel all over the United States boondocking with my dog Matrix, who is asleep in my lap. Let's keep it that way. My anniversary for 6 years is going to be coming up any minute now. So we have stayed at a lot of places in the last 6 years. But here are 5 random ones that I just thought would be interesting. In the summer, I spend some time up in Maine because that's where I'm from, and that's where my family is from. And so usually from when I go into the state of Maine and when I come out of the state of Maine, there's one fun place that I really like to boondock, and it's in Freeport, Maine. Have you been there? And what's in Freeport, Maine? LL Bean. I don't know if you've ever been to LL Bean before, but it is this amazing, giant building with everything that you can think of that has to do with sports and the outdoors. And I wander through, just wander, because there's 3 floors, there are a lot of outbuildings, and I try not to buy anything because everything is a little bit, pricey, but I just like walking around and looking at all the stuff. It's just an amazing place to go, and if you've never visited there, you really should go. It's a world wonder. I mean, people go there from all over the world. So that's my Maine, M-A-I-N-E, favorite boondocking spot. They have a parking lot there specifically set out for RVs to spend the night so that you can explore Freeport, Maine, and because there's a lot of other things there too. There's a place that has great fudge. It's a place that has donuts, like real donuts, not the glazed ones or the sprinkly ones that they have like in Texas. There's not really donuts. In Freeport, Maine. It's right on the border to New Hampshire. Just a hop, skip, and a jump. That was number 1. Number 2 was a new place that I found this year, and it is in Michigan. Not Michigan, the state. It's in Michigan, North Dakota. If you can imagine that. There's a place called Michigan in North Dakota. And it's this small little town with a few hundred people, and it seems like the center of the town, or the main hub, the main thing people do there is play golf, because there's a golf course there, and it's beautiful. It's a little par 3, and when I was there, they were having a golf tournament. Everybody in the town turned out. It was on Saturday, I believe, and so nobody played golf the next day, and I thought, what, that's crazy, that's close. So I went and asked. No, everybody played yesterday, so nobody's playing today. But they also had 5 sites set up for boondockers with electric and picnic tables and trash. Now, when I say it's free, it was free. However, they asked if you wanted to leave a donation, then you could do that. So I hate that when they say that, because you usually leave more than you would have if you had actually paid. But anyway, Michigan, North Dakota. I've always said there's nothing in Michigan. There's nothing in North Dakota that's any good. So I spent some time there this year, and I found Michigan. So put that on your list. So far we have LL Bean in Michigan, North Dakota. Number 3, the Badlands in South Dakota. Specifically Badlands National Park area, and then you get the Black Hills. Sturgis is right there. There's a lot of different things right there, like the presidents that are in the mountain. Those are there. Crazy horses there. A lot of different things there. But when you're going into the Badlands from Wall, South Dakota, that's another iconic place. If you're driving down there, it's about 5 miles down from Wall, and you look to your left, there's a big hill there, and there's a I don't think it's a satellite tower, but maybe a radio tower or something, so that you can it's a landmark. But you can drive up onto that hill, and it's flat up there, and boondockers are welcome. I've stayed there a couple of times, and it's this flat place, so and you're high up. And I don't know if you've ever been to the Badlands before, but they're called bad because they're really hard to get through. Like back in the olden days, and the Indians and all of those people, really, they call them bad because it's a really bad place to try to get through. But for us boondockers, when we stay up on that place, you can look out over, like the top of the Badlands. They're big mounds. The top of the Badlands are right eye level, and you can look at them and down into, you know, the valleys that are in between. That would be on the east side of where we're boondocking, and on the west side is just a wide open desert prairie, and you will never see a better sunset. Gorgeous, gorgeous. It's a beautiful place to stay. They have some marked spaces that you can stay in, but there's some random ones too, pretty much anywhere up and down there. They were doing some reclamation when I was there last, and so there were a few places that normally we could stay that were kind of blocked off. So anyway, LL Bean, Michigan, North Dakota, the Badlands, South Dakota, and next, Quartzsite, Arizona. I don't know if you've ever been there or not, but Quartzsite, Arizona is a place where RVers and snowbirds, those kind of people, we go there. Starting in November, people will start coming. Actually, you can get an LTVA, a long-term visitors area, for 6 months, I believe it is, for like $300. So some people get that. And there are specific places that you stay, but you're still boondocking. But there are miles and miles, acres and acres and acres of just free boondocking spots. You find a little road, you drive down off it, and you just pull out into the field somewhere, into the desert somewhere. As somebody recently just asked me, they were going to Quartzsite, and she said, how do I find some place to stay? I'm like, you just drive down and look out there, and if that's where you want to go, go. But they estimate more than 1 million people that go there in the winter. It is a great boondocking spot. There's a lot of people there, but there's a lot of space too. You know me, I don't like to be close around people. So I usually go down to, there's a lot down there that I really like. It's the Roadrunner lot, and you can see RVs for miles. But if you drive back to the back of that lot, like 3-4 miles, people don't go that far back because the road gets a little worse, and it's not around people. And there's groups that meet there. They have the RTR, which they have the women's one, and they have the main one. People all get together, and they have this giant RV show with the tent, with all the booths that you can go, and they try to sell you everything. A lot of it has to do, of course, with RVers, but then they try to sell you, like I bought one year, a TENS machine. It's the best thing I ever bought. I don't know if you know what that means, what that is or not, but it's a little thing with pads on it. It goes on your muscles when they get really tight, so they loosen up. So yeah, lots of stuff. But it's also famous for its rock and gems stone show as well, because if you think about it, it's quartz, 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 rocks. Okay, so there's a lot of rocks there. I don't know much about rocks, and I'm not all that interested in them, but Quartzsite, Arizona is a fun place to go if you want a free place to stay. People start coming mostly in November, December. The RV show and the rock shows are in January. And then by the middle of February, then people start, you know, wandering off. I normally just start moving a little bit north, because once it gets warm, well, actually, usually I go over to the American Girl Mine, or boondocking spot, which is just over the border in California. But anyway, that's Quartzsite. And number 5 is a place called, well, it's just outside Big Bend National Park. Now, I don't know if you've ever been there or not. It's way down in South Texas, right on the Rio Grande. And actually, there's a place that you can go to, and you can get a little boat that you can, for $5, some people that live in Mexico will take you across from the U.S. into Mexico, across the Rio Grande. And it is a place where, if it is, the water gets really low there, so sometimes you can actually walk across, and you're allowed to do that as well. when you go to Mexico, they really don't ask for anything like passports and stuff, although in the little town that's up in there, you need to register, and I think it's like a $7 fee or something. The boat was $5, whatever. But that's in Big Bend National Park. I've been down there before. I didn't go this year because this year, no dogs. Big Bend National Park, no dogs as well in any of the trails. But I'm not talking about Big Bend National Park. I'm talking about a little town called Terlingua, Texas. It is a vast open desert, but it has this little town in it that used to be a ghost town, but now it has been revitalized. And it has, well, you can still go to the ghost town and the cemetery or graveyard there, and some of the buildings that are historic. But it has all these fun little restaurants that a lot of them are like still look like the old days. It's just a really fun place to go. I've been there. I stayed at a campground over there, which I never do, but it belonged to a friend of a friend, and they invited me over. It's a place to visit. They have the chili cook-off here the first week in November. It's amazing. If you don't camp, you don't RV, and you want to come down into that area, then there's so many Airbnbs, and they look really cool because they have all these different styles to them. Like you'll see 8 or 10 of them randomly off into the desert, and they all look like, I don't know, Quonset huts, I don't know, igloos. They look like igloos, some of them, or some crazy thing like that. So those are 5 random places that we've stayed. LL Bean, Michigan, North Dakota, the Badlands, South Dakota, Quartzsite, Arizona, and Terlingua, Texas. 5 random places that we've stayed for free. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me today for my van life mini talk. And I have other ones that you can watch too. I have the trailer here, I think. And anyway, thank you so much. And I will see you again tomorrow.